Hello, my name is Tim Kircher, and I am one of the librarians here at State College of Florida, and I'm going to talk to you about CQ Researcher. So CQ Researcher is a database that we consider to be a great starting point for issue-oriented assignments. It provides background information on popular topics. It's accessible to people who are curious but not well informed. It's not written in an extremely technical language like you'll find with a lot of academic journals and peer-reviewed scholarly articles. It's extremely helpful for persuasive and pro-con style assignments. It's extremely rigorous and credible. It does a good job of showing its sources, but if your instructor has asked you to use primarily peer-reviewed sources, it does not meet that particular standard. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to start here at the library homepage. Hopefully you should all know where this is. I'm going to go up here and click on databases. Okay, to get to CQ Researcher, you can do it the challenging way and just kind of scroll down until you get to the C's, or you can click on this C button right here and jump pretty much straight to it. Finally, we have chunked these databases up into broad categories based off of topic or purpose. So if you scroll down here to pro-con and persuasive topics, it's right at the top of our list for best bets for the purpose of pro-con and persuasive assignments. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click on this. You should hopefully already be logged in when you're doing this to MySCF. If not, you will see that familiar looking login box. So this is what it looks like. It's not a complicated website. I should say it's not a complicated database. It organizes things by topics. So if you are just trying to figure out what you want to do for your assignment, it gives you some broad categories. So you can click on any one of these, such as, let's go ahead and go into science and technology. Give it a moment to load, and it's going to give you a list of reports in that broad category. So for instance, it's going to do them by, it's going to organize them by date by default. So for instance, you have one here from 2023 on professional video gaming. You have safe drinking water, ransomware attacks. So these are all technology related issues. If you want to get even more specific, you can use some of these filters. So for instance, you can do all reports, hot topics. Hot topics are ones that are even more high interest. You can go into you can break these down into even more specific subcategories. So for instance, we're in science and technology. We can break this down anywhere from atmospheric sciences to weights and measures. So just so you can kind of see what one of these reports looks like, I'm going to go ahead and click on professional video gaming. Okay, you've got yourself a couple of navigation buttons up here, introduction. This gives you kind of the general background information. It kind of primes you with the basics of what you need to know. So you've got your introduction, your overview. These are often filled with good infographics if you need a nice solid visual reference. It's got very well constructed graphs. They're not terribly confusing. They're not usually misleading. You may find, often they'll find issues and controversies within them that will kind of lay out where some of the tensions and conflicts in these topics exist. More infographics, illustrations, background information. And you can also go ahead and jump to the more up-to-date section. This is skipping ahead to, what do you need to know as of the last time when this report was published. So it lays out some again, some tensions here: betting and cheating in esports, player drug use. Bet you didn't think that was a thing in video games. Investment worries. Okay, you've got a short feature here as well, kind of discussing a little bit more on who are professional gamers. So you can kind of put a face on it. You can also jump over here. This is a really helpful section right here, especially when you are doing pro con or persuasive research. It has a question that it is posed to a couple of experts, you've got one person who has taken the pro side and has written a short editorial about why they are in favor of the proposition. In this case, should esports be in the Olympics? And you can also scrutinize, what their qualifications are, what their industry affiliations are, if you want to go and take that next level of vetting and see, what is this person's background, what is their interest in this. And here's that con site as well. And then after you finish up that, there are some discussion questions. And these discussion questions can, again, kind of act as inspiration, get your brain going, and find an interesting hook that you can use for that report. Outlook kind of tells you what are some concerns, what are some developments that are foreseen over the horizon. And then it also wraps up with a fairly substantial bibliography of books and resources that you can consult if you want to learn more. And again, as I said, it shows its work, so you can click over here to footnotes. As you're reading the article, you will frequently see these little hyperlinked numbers that lead you to this footnote section. So if you don't have to take anything that the article says on faith alone, you can go ahead and follow up, and you can try and hunt down where exactly a quote or a statement or a claim was originally sourced from, which is extremely, extremely important. Transparency matters a lot in academic writing. It matters a lot in all writing, but especially in academic writing. So if you already kind of have a general idea about what you are looking for, just be aware you can also do searches. For example, if you're interested in electric vehicles, you can do a search for that. And these are all of the articles that have mentioned this. Again, you want to pay attention to publication date, because we got one here from 1928. So we may want to change this to most recent. And not everything is necessarily ideal here, so this is a great time to show you a little trick. And put electric vehicles in quotation marks. And now, having put this in quotation marks, I can feel more confident that the exact phrase electric vehicles appears somewhere in these articles. So you can kind of see articles about the new scramble for Africa, geoengineering solutions, climate change, geopolitics of green energy, and so on. So electric vehicles evidently is referenced in these different articles. So you can kind of see that there's a wide variety of areas that this is influenced in. So this is CQ Researcher. We highly recommend that you take a look at it for when you are getting started on your research assignments. And don't forget that SCF librarians, we are here to help you We're here to help you finding a place to get started with your research. We help you make a complex topic more manageable. We help you with searching for sources. And then we also help with citations. So you can come find us either by coming into the library directly, or you can use our Ask a Librarian tool and chat with us online.